All right, guys. So I'm with my guy Otabek Kholmatov from
Assalamu alaikum.
Uzbekistan. This guy is a great fighter and a true warrior of the sport, and you're gonna be champion one day. Still,
Keep soon champion. Me undisputed champion.
Yeah.
Soon.
Keep working hard.
Yeah.
All right.
Be careful what you wish for because it can become a reality.
Yeah. The Untouchable True School Sports Empire proudly presents something the boxing game's missing. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. All right, so the featherweight division, it's a division that I'm tracking a lot because there's so much talent. There's so many, to me, it's the deepest division in boxing, the funnest division in boxing. And one of my favorite featherweights in the world, as many of you guys know, is Otabek Lee Kholmatov, and we haven't seen or heard much from him since he was on the wrong side of a very classic fight with Raymond Ford when they fought for the vacant WBA title that fateful night on March 2nd, upstate New York. You know, it was a great fight, one of the best fights I've ever been to in my life. But, you know, in that fight, he suffered a big injury, an ACL tear. He's always had knee problems. I know this from back when he was training in South Florida. He used to wear the knee brace on, I believe it's his right knee. For this fight, he couldn't wear the knee brace, and that his knee, when Raymond Ford hit him with the uppercut in the 12th round, he landed on his knee awkwardly, and that's what, you know, kind of made him run away from Raymond Ford because he was in severe pain, and then Raymond Ford ran at his ass and just let off on him, and that's what caused a stoppage. So it was an unfortunate set of circumstances for him because he boxed well enough to win the fight. He was just literally seconds away from becoming world champion, and I don't think it was a bad loss. You know, Ford was better than a lot of us thought, and he showed it on the night. But Otabek Kholmatov, even in defeat, still showed that he's world class, and he still has the makings of being a world champion. But I'm happy to report that Otabek Kholmatov, as per himself, has in fact underwent a successful surgery, and he did have a statement. I wanted to read it to you guys and just kind of dissect where does he go from here. So here's what Otabek Lee Kholmatov said himself. He stated the following, and I quote, "Hello everyone, friends, I'm happy to let you know that I successfully underwent surgery on my knee. Early in the fight against Raymond Ford, I suffered a knee injury, and as the fight progressed, the injury worsened with every movement on my feet. I felt how I was losing strength and support my leg with each round until the knee completely snapped in the 12th round. When my leg simply wouldn't listen to me, the diagnosis is a complete tear of the ACL in the lateral and medial meniscus. I will always be upset by the outcome, but in victory and in defeat, I am grateful to God for this experience and for this test. I had to wait, but I was operated on by athlete professionals. I thank everyone who supported me and continues to support me. All I think about now is complete recovery and a speedy return to the ring. I promise that regardless of who holds the world title at the time I return, inshallah, I will do everything I can to take this title and become the world champion." End quote by Otabek Kholmatov. So there you go. Seems to be in good spirits, judging by what he's saying. And right now, look, I mean, as far as his career now, what I would like to know, and I hope I'm probably gonna ask around because I want to figure this out myself. I want to know if Top Rank still has him signed because they signed him for the Raymond Ford fight. And boxing's a cruel business. It's a cold, bitter business. He was the A side for the fight. He lost. So does Top Rank keep him, or does Top Rank drop him? Because my thing is that's a very important factor in all this. Because if Top Rank still has Otabek, then that's good for him because then there's still good fights to make out there. He could fight Arnold Kagai. He could fight the Venado Angelo Leo winner. He could fight Rafael Espinoza. And a whole host of other guys. There's plenty of featherweights out there for him at Top Rank if that's the intention for him to stay. If he's not with Top Rank, that's going to make things very hard on him because when this guy was mandatory and didn't have the backing of a Top Rank behind him, he couldn't get fights because the money wasn't enough for opponents to get in there with him, and he's a very good fighter. He's very hard to beat. That's a very good win for Raymond Ford, you know, and that's why I talk about him a lot differently these days because I know how good of a win that is for him. What I will say is this about Otabek, and this is just my opinion. You know, all respect to the Joel Diaz camp. They're very nice people. I had a chance to see Antonio, and talk to a couple of other guys from the camp. And I'm sure they train hard, you know. But my humble opinion, from seeing the Otabek that fought Raymond Ford and then seeing the Otabek that under Timur Ibragimov here in South Florida, I know it's not gonna happen because I've heard so many sides of the stories as to why Otabek and Timur split. But I would like to, in a perfect world, I would like to see Otabek and Timur reunite because the Otabek that fought Raymond Ford was very very good. But that was just Otabek the boxer. That wasn't the guy I was hyping up. It was a good fighter, but it wasn't the vicious boxer puncher that got me to get on YouTube and start making videos about him. He was just a good like the one that I ran for was a very well schooled good Uzbek boxer, but he wasn't quite that vicious boxer puncher that I saw in the Timur Ibragimov, and I think a lot of that has to do with the way Joel Diaz fighters tend to train and show up in the ring. He was a little too Uzbek for me, as far as his style. It was too regimented. It was too Soviet Union, right? As to where when he was with Timur Ibragimov, I feel like, he was a little looser. It wasn't, he was more of that vicious boxer puncher, That's just my opinion from what I saw. I'm not trying to demean the win from Ford. Ford did what he had to do and he handled business. But that's what, in a perfect world, that's what I wish would happen. But if he's, what I will say is this, if he's not with Top Rank, it's going to be hard for him to get fights. And because right now, Otabek is what? He's still the #3 contender. We know Stephen Folan's the #1 contender. He's supposedly going to fight for the vacant belt because Raymond Ford's going to fight Ball. And if Ford wins, then Ford's going to vacate the belt. If Ball wins, obviously that would change things in a mighty and major way. But if Ford wins, the belt's going to go vacant and he will fight Luis Nunez for the vacant belt, Stephen Folan. So Otabek's either gonna fight what? He had to fight probably, I don't know. I mean, look at the rankings. He's got Mirko Cuello's #2. He's Argentinian. Victor Morales is sitting there at 5. I would say probably one of those guys is a guy he fights, or Arnold Kagai. Is Arnold Kagai ranked in the WBA rankings? No, he's not. So maybe he goes another route. Who knows what happens for Otabek Kholmatov? But I still think he's one of the best featherweights in the world. I still think he's got the goods to become a world champion. And I think on his night, he's a tough out for any man in the division. I just personally would like to see see him back with Timur Ibragimov because I think he was being too much of a boxer when he fought Ford. But that's just me. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Otabek Kholmatov has successful surgery. He goes ahead and he lets the world know that he's looking back for a speedy recovery. Hopefully, maybe later this year or maybe next year, who knows? And then, yeah, he's going to make his run at the world title. And there's still great fights out there for him. One of the fights I still want to see, whether it be now or in the future, will be either him against Angelo Leo or him against Rafael Espinoza. I think those are two very makeable fights. I think those are two amazing fights for the featherweight division. I think, those fights, maybe him against Mirko Cuello, Victor Morales. I know Dominique Francis is sitting there at #9. He's going to have to step up at some point. He's one of my favorite fighters in the division as well. So we'll see what happens for Otabek Kholmatov. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Make sure you guys take the time to subscribe. And like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me. But I'm just a kid from Dania. So until next time, take care, guys. Thank you for watching another video on the untouchable True School Sports Empire. I'm at the Boxing Hall of Fame out here in Canterbury, New York. And for more great boxing content just like this video, make sure you click and subscribe right over here.